Rifftastic Guitar. This is episode 7. As you just heard, I played a little snippet of the middle riff in Diary of a Madman as played by Mr. Randy Rhoads, and also the first lick of the solo, which is in the key or the scale of Hungarian minor. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit too. Up next on Rifftastic Guitar. Alright, cool. Welcome back, guys. So, yeah, I just got back in town. My band Q5 just played in the Seattle area. Came back with a cold, so I've just been kind of working myself back into fighting shape here, so to speak. And I realized I hadn't done a Rifftastic episode last week, so thought we'd pick this up. And I'm working on a new guitar course, which is all about exotic scales and modes. Doing that with my buddy Jay Parmar, and it's coming out mid-July. So I've been listening to some players that use exotic scales and modes, and Randy Rhoads, that first lick in the solo of Diary of a Madman, uses the Hungarian minor scale, and that's one of the scales that I'm going to explore in this new course, which I'm really excited about. It's really cool, and we'll talk about that lick in a sec. But I thought, hey man, this is Rifftastic Guitar. We should be talking about riffs too, and what's a solo without great riffs? And so that the riff that comes right before that is so fun to play. I had forgotten about it. Now, it's not in Hungarian minor. It's just basically E minor, E harmonic minor-ish. But it's such a cool riff, I want to show you that. So this riff that comes previous to the solo for Diary of a Madman, the legendary Randy Rhoads, he just was so inventive with his riffs and the way he punctuated stuff. This isn't really difficult, but it sounds really cool and it's fun to play. So let me just show it to you, break it down for you. So we start out with the low E string. Then we're going to play, so 3 on the low E. Then we're playing an E power chord at the 7th fret, 7th fret A, 9th fret D. Slide back to the D power chord at the 5th and 7th frets, and then back to the E power chord, so you get this. I like just sliding the whole thing, slide back and slide up. And you know, the sad part about this is we don't have any footage, at least that I know of Randy playing stuff like this. So fingerings and stuff, you know, you kind of have to guess. But anyway, there's a scale run that comes here in a sec. I'll show you what I mean. But anyway, so we have, and then 2 more open E's, low E, and this cool little chordal cluster. This is actually just on the 5th fret D and the 5th fret high, I'm sorry, the 5th fret B, which kind of outlines a C major, top part of a C major chord, but you're just getting this, and then you move this back a half step, so it's on the 4th fret, and then back to the 5th fret. Now it's important to mute the middle string, because otherwise you get kind of a mess. So you have to mute the middle string, that being the string that's in between the 2 notes, with the underside of your fingertip. So I'm using my middle and ring fingers to play this, so I'm muting the G string with the underside of my middle finger. I'm sliding this back, pick, slide, pick, and a nice vibrato on it. hopefully that makes sense. And by the way, I'm doing this from memory, so I probably should have double checked this before showing you, but we're just going to kind of wing it. So what we have for the next part is low E and then hammer onto the 2nd fret, low E, and then play 2 more times on the 2nd fret, low E. Okay, and you're muting that those last 2 times. Then you play 5th fret on the B and high E strings. So I use my pinky to do that. Very Miracle Man style kind of sound there. Back to the 2nd fret, low E. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Then we have the scale run. Now I'm using the open D string. If you'd rather fret the D at the 5th fret on the D, on the A string, you can do that. But the scale run is starting on the A string, 3, 2, 3, or C, B, C. Open D string, so, and then 5 on the D, 4 on the D, 2 on the D, and then open D. Right down the scale, which would be an E minor scale. Okay? Or I kind of like the open string there. Okay, let me play it, the whole thing slow. Now you play this 4 times, and then it comes out into the solo. So slow. Kind of hear a muting there on the scale run. I like the way that sounds as well. Okay, just 4 times through that and you got the whole riff. So, but I promised you this Hungarian minor lick. Let me just show you really quick the scale. So A Hungarian minor, switching keys from E to A, and the tonality changes from just straight minor scale to Hungarian minor, which is a bit darker, I think. The A Hungarian minor scale goes like this. A on the 6th string, 5th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret. Now we're going to play 6 on the A, 7, 8, so we get this. Then 6 and 7 on the D. That's 1 octave. Continue. That's 1 octave. Continuing on, we can play 4 on the G, 5, 7, 8, 5, 6 on the B, and 4, 5 on the A. So we get this. Cool. And Randy's lick goes like this. Which is super cool. Okay, so let me break it down. It's bending at the 8th fret on the B string. Whole step bend. Just lower that. And then we're going to play 5 on the high E. And this is right out of the minor scale. This is kind of a combination of A natural minor and Hungarian minor. So 5 on the high E, 8 on the B, 6 on the B, 5 on the B, back to 6 on the B, back to 5 on the B. Okay, and then we get 8. This is the flat 5 or the raised 4th. We get the 8 on the G string, back to 5 on the B string, back to 8 on the G, pull off to 5. So we get this. So we have this so far. Then we're going to go to the D string and play 7, 6, and then play it again but pull it off. Then we're going to go to the A string and play 8, 6, 7. So far we have this. And then the lick ends at the 4th fret, low E, and you bend that up a half step. Really cool, slinky lick. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. We surely miss Randy Rhoads and all his greatness, but we got some great music that will always live on, and this is definitely a cool riff to learn. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Rock on.